the series. And the rubber match will be coming up tomorrow. But for now, the final here today, the Mets 12, the Giants 6. And we'll have the game summary next.
Here, there's a swing. There's a high drive to left by Matos. Way back there. It's gone.
There, Chapman to deep left field. It is gone. Halfway up the bleachers. Down the line. It will. It is out of here. Encarnacion, first pitch swinging. Deep right center. Hit to the 10th, and it's a two-run homer.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
What is up, everybody? And we are going live right away. Right away today for the post-game show. And the Giants lose 12-6, what turned out to be a complete blowout today. Game was close for a little while, but at the end, Giants lose. Pretty much have given up on the season. I could go ahead and play taps, but I'm going to go ahead and wait to the next homestand and at least give a little bit of time to prove me wrong. But right now, there's just no way. Giants are in a complete tailspin. Back under 500. Tyler Rogers makes an appearance for the Mets, and he throws a scoreless inning. We could have used him. Instead, we had Bivens giving up 2 runs. We had Beck giving up 5 runs. So, yeah, I don't think that trade is obviously the trade wasn't to make the team better this year because Posey's given up. So if Posey's given up, how long till we give up? I don't know. We suck again, Greg. Well, some of y'all have already. What the freaking flip-flops was that? What in the hell was that? What in the hell was that? It was a complete ass whooping. And we're gonna have to break it down. Anything good about it? Grant McCray had a couple hits. Nice little triple there. Nice little home run at the 9th inning here in garbage time from Adames. Okay. Schmidt had a couple hits. Jung-Hoo Lee looked good today, 2 for 3. Trying to find any positives I can. Tang started today. He did look good in AAA. I thought he looked good in AAA. But obviously, pitching against the New York Mets lineup is a little different. 5 runs and 3 1/3. Gage was pretty good today. Matt Gage was halfway decent, but made a couple little mistake defensively. And there was also an error today by Grant McCray, who had a good day offensively, but did make a horrible throw. Don't know what that was. So, yeah, all in all, just a sloppy game. Kind of all over the place. Some action. It was pretty entertaining for the first half until the Mets kind of took it. But, yeah, I mean, the bullpen sucking. Beck. We're going with guys like Beck, Tang. We traded away our dude. I mean, we traded away Rogers. We're going to look at who pitched today. If I'd have told you, hey, in July, we're not in July anymore. In August, when you would think these games are critical, right? We're going to have a game where the 4 guys we're going to have out there are going to be Tang, who at that point had been DFA. He wasn't even on the 40-man. Matt Gage, who we drafted in 2014. Spencer Bivens and Tristan Beck. That sounds like a game right out of the River Cats, right? If I'd have told you in August there's going to be Tang, Gage, Bivens, and Beck, you'd have been like, oh, that's a River Cats game. No. That's a Giants game. That's where we're at. That's a Giants game. Bullpen may struggle. I hope we can make the playoff. Wait, what did you say right now, Justin Saw?
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
We're just trying to win a game up in here. Looking to see if Eldridge can make it on the team next year. Eldridge is going to be the key, and he's a nice guy, okay? Met Eldridge got the auto. Really cool guy in Sacramento. But, yeah, other than that, we got our super chat, $2 from the Salvation Army. There it is! $2. Thank you so much, Salvation Army. Let's go. That's all you can say now. Let's go, Giants. Let's go, Giants. I'm not feeling great. We're going to have to take a shot here. Going to need a shot. Okay. And normally I don't drink on the air, but we got some little something here. And this is going to get me through the rest of the stream, okay? You know, I got to take a shot. Okay, a shot every time the Giants lose. Okay, here we go. Damn! Woo! Okay. This is drugs, man. This is drugs. Okay, I'm taking drugs on the air, and we'll see. The hard stuff right there. Tribe, Robert won't be coming in. Christopher Byers. Thank you guys here. What is the probability of Eldridge? I think less than 50%. I got a 2025 Giants poster. I'm trying to get the whole team to sign it, and I didn't have him sign it when I was at the Rivercats game because I'm like, well, he might not get promoted this year, so I don't know if he's going to actually make it. If I thought he was going to get promoted, I'd have had him sign it. So that's a clue that I think Giants are like, why rush him? They may think of it both ways. They may think, well, why rush him? We don't need him this year. They also might think, well, might as well let him play in games that don't matter. Get the jitters out, and maybe next year he'll be that much better. So I can see both ways. Possibility. I'm not 50-50, but he might make it. He might actually get the promotion. Now that I think about it, winning one of the last 10 is a step forward. Who said step forward? Step forward. Rogers wanted to let us come back, but had to think about it. Boston playing hella good baseball. I like Devers, but the fact Boston been great and Giants been terrible since the trade on Father's Day. That's a problem. Don't drive. Hey, Tribe, I wish I was stoned. What's up, Eric? All my fellow Giants fans, all the good people in the chat. When there's a change, think Speedy oil change and tune-up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Let's discuss this game. The way the game started, okay, how did the game start? The Mets scored a bunch of runs in the first inning. That's what happened. Giants didn't do nothing in the first. I think got a walk or something. Second inning, up came Pete Alonso, and he did what Pete Alonso does. Already a couple guys on because Nimmo got hit by a pitch. Lindor walked, and then Tang gave up a bomb. Why are you pitching? I mean, I guess I know why you're pitching to him. You already put two guys on base. But don't throw anything that he can do damage to. Well, he did damage. A 3-run bomb and 3-0 Mets. But the Giants had a little fight in them. I can say that. They scored a run. Casey Schmidt hit a double, and Grant McCray ended up grounding into a double play, but a run came home. I don't think he gets an RBI for that, but Grant McCray, off his bat, the first run came home, and that would not be the last. That would not be the last time that he would have a nice hit to bring in some runs. Third inning, Giants. Chapman walked, and it was Dom Smith coming through. He's been pretty dang good since we brought him over. A former Met. He made a name of himself with the Mets. I didn't think he was going to last this long on the team, but he has. Dominique Smith.
Smith down right field line and pretty deep. Soto back into the wall. Gone! Dom Smith against his old team has tied the game with one swing.
Hey, Elliott. So a big fly right there from Dominique Smith put the Giants in the game, tying it up at 3. And that was in the third inning. Fourth inning, Giants actually ever so briefly took the lead. Jung-Hoo Lee hit a double, and it was Grant McCray with an RBI hit. Again, Grant McCray, I'm a big fan of his. He's so fast. He could be electric. He seems to make some mistakes, and he'll strike out a little too much. But in this case, he had a base hit, brought in the run, 4-3. But the Mets took the lead in the bottom half, and they never relinquished it from there. Nimmo had a base hit. Lindor had a base hit. I can't remember, but yeah, a couple of hits and RBIs, and before you know it, they had the lead. And in the 6th inning, they added 2 more runs. And you're kind of thinking the game's getting a little out of hand. And it sure did get out of hand in the bottom of the 7th inning. Beck just came in to replace Bivens, and he was even worse than Bivens. He hit a guy. He walked a guy. Gave a base hit to Beatty. Gave a base hit to Nimmo. The runs were just coming in. Lindor hit a double. Before you know it, it's 10-4. Then it was 11-4 on a wild pitch. At that point in time, you can go ahead and go to bed because the game's over. Okay, of course, it's early to go to bed, but you know what? I'm going to bed anyway. Jeff McNeil today had a hit an RBI. Alonso 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Lindor 3 for 4, 4 RBIs. Nimmo 3 for 4, 3 RBIs. We got our asses kicked. The Mets had their way with this pitching staff. Tang, Bivens, and Beck. Y'all need to go on jump in y'all cars and head down to Sacramento based on today's game. PM, what's going on? I'm just hoping, Corona Accounting Solutions, I'm just hoping to get a win that we get a win on the series if we win tomorrow, and then we take 2 out of 3 against Pittsburgh. Well, that's a very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for? Optimistic not an expectation, but a hope. And I hope so too. That would be, if the Giants can win tomorrow and then go win 2 out of 3 in Pittsburgh, well, I'm going to throw a party if that happens. I highly doubt it. I still think MLB overpaid players should be paid at the end of the season. Wait, let me reread that. I still think MLB overpaid players should be paid at the end of the season. You think that I don't understand, like they should get one big paycheck at the end of the season, or they should get paid in the off season? Is that what you're saying? They should get paid in the off season? It is kind of weird that they don't get paid in the off season. You would think they would, but in the off season, teams are doing all kinds of things, and with the finances, so it makes it easier for them to pay them. They get paid so much that they should be just fine to get it all during the season. It's paid 2 blunders at second base, coaching his performance, pay if they perform. Paul laughing, win tomorrow. JCT Rock. Eric, this might be my last live for a while. Uh-oh. All rise. Tommy Hugsley may be gone for a while. May be gone from the clown show. Eric, le da buena vergazos a la pelota bateando en los videos que haces bárbaro. Thank you so much. I'm going to take that as a compliment, saying I hit the ball well in the videos. Enrique, thank you so much. We don't play on Humm Bay. What's this here text message? Loretta, Tribe, Wolf, Steven, everybody, Calvin. You guys are amazing. Truly, we have a Sunday League ass team with 3-4 B- tier free agents paid like top tier free agents. $4.99. Andy comes through. Thank you so much. It is a $4.99 super chat. Paul Wolf 31. That helps out so much. You guys are amazing. Y'all are keeping the channel afloat here. I haven't put out a lot of videos. I haven't put a lot of documentaries lately, and so y'all are keeping things afloat for sure. But anyway, I didn't finish recapping the game. 9th inning, the Giants did get a couple more runs. There was a triple from Grant McCray. Hey, he started the inning off with a triple, and you're thinking, okay, you're not going to score 6 runs probably, but maybe we can score 3, 4, 5, make it interesting. Not really. Ramos popped out. Matos popped out. At that point in time, it's like, okay, this is a loss. Adames hit a home run. That was okay, but there was 2 outs, and then sure enough, Koss struck out. You could see it coming a mile away, and this is another loss. One more loss that could have been a win. 12-6, the final score today. Player of the game. Well, certainly not Tang, certainly not Bivens, certainly not Beck. Gage was okay, so we got to look at the hitters. Jung Hoo Lee had a couple of hits. McRae had a good day, but he did make an error. I don't know if he deserves player of the game. I don't even know. Y'all tell me. I'm not feeling good at the moment. Tommy Lasorda. Yep, Yaz went deep. But you know who didn't play so well? Doval with the Yankees. He blew the save. McRae and Matos, yeah. Tang sucks. All the pitchers that pitched today should be candidates for DFA. Mickey D. Dom Smith, player of the game. He did go deep with a couple RBIs. He hit a home run. So did Adames. But, yeah, Dom Smith sounds nice. Sounds like a good option. Doval sucks. Dom Smith, player of the game. Let's do it. Dom Smith, player of the game. And we got to see what's on deck. It's really sad. You know, for the rest of this year, I'm not worried about playoff. Unless they start winning, I'm just not. This is a lost season. I mean, and it happened quick. Giants went from one of the better teams in the game to a team that looked destined to make the playoffs to a couple of tough stretches, but still very hopeful. A very solid team, one of the better teams. And then, boom! Suck! One of the worst teams in the game. We have no chance to make the playoff. It happened so fast. That's what a six getting swept on an entire homestand and then getting your team torn apart by the front office will do for you. Good job. And they got no excuses to make, too. Nobody was mad at Buster Posey. Nobody came out and said, I don't know why Buster did that. We were ready to win. We need some help. Because they know. They blew it in that homestand. 6 straight losses. They go to New York, win 1, lose again. Back in the L column. They really needed to sweep this road trip to make up for that. And that ain't happening. What's on deck? Brought to you by... I can't find it. To hell with it. Whisenhunt. Man, the San Francisco River Cats tomorrow with Whisenhunt on the mound. Logan, comment of the day. Comment of the day. We need Eric to create the Eric version of Laverne and Shirley intro theme song, but only with Eric would be great. Also need more videos singing along to songs in the car. Nobody cared about that video. That was just a joke video. Also, and you didn't even say anything. I know you're here the whole time, but you just want to make one comment. You ain't fooling me. As far as the Laverne and Shirley, that's already been in plans. I can't do it alone. I need someone else to do it with me. But when am I going to do that Laverne and Shirley video? That's pretty obvious. When I go to Milwaukee, when I do my Milwaukee post-game show or my Milwaukee Stadium review, when I go to Milwaukee to check out the Giants Brewers, that's when I'm going to do the Laverne and Shirley. Are they going to Milwaukee? I think they already went to Milwaukee. Did they? I don't even remember. No, they didn't. They go to Milwaukee in August. I'm not going to make it. There's no way I'm going to make it this year. I got too many other games I'm planning on going to. I don't have the money to go to that. I'm already planning on going to St. Louis because I've been to St. Louis so many times. I'm going to try to go to that. I already planned that, so I don't think I can make it to Milwaukee. But when I do, that's when you'll get that. Whisenhunt. The San Francisco River Cats tomorrow with Whisenhunt, McRae. I'm just messing with y'all. I mean, I like these guys. I'm a huge fan of these guys, but it's just I feel like when you watch a game and all of a sudden you got Kaiwei Tang pitching, that's okay. And then you got Gage. You're like, okay. Then Bivens. Bivens has been here all year, but Beck. I mean, these are guys who I wouldn't call them established big leaguers. Bivens is having a good year, but not great. He's got a 4.8 ERA. I wouldn't write home about that. Beck has got a 5.8 ERA. Gage hasn't given up a run yet, though. Tang after today, 13.5 ERA. Mikey Sue's 4. Yaz was my guy this year. Now he's been traded. Life isn't fair. No. Necesitan despedir a Bob Melvin. Need to wake up Bob Melvin. Alejandro Robinson. Austin Barnes is in the minor leagues. Please find him again, get Caspick. Yeah, no more Locked On Giants. I saw that. I listen to his podcast occasionally, and I threw one on. I didn't know. And he's like, this is my final. But like, who's the new guy? They never asked me. I wouldn't have done it anyway, but they never asked me. I don't think I'm good enough. I'm good enough for Humm baby baseball. Locked On, you got to be a little more professional, you know. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Locked On Giants podcast, brought to you by blah blah blah. So, guys, the Giants have really been struggling lately, but you know, there's hope at the end of the tunnel. That ain't my style. Sorry. We don't do it like that. We roll. We just roll here. They showed the bullpen when Beck was pitching. No one was throwing. Austin Barnes would probably call a better game. Bailey is the worst. Don't sell yourself short. There's no way, dude. Who is the new Locked On Giants host? I want to know who the new Locked On Giants. It ain't going to be Ben Caspick. They need to get someone else. They didn't ask me. They asked me one time, not them, but another podcast. Now, there's actually talked to them on the phone, and I was going to do it with a Giant, like a former Giant. They mentioned like maybe JT Snow or something. And I was just like, so I would get on there every day with JT. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man, if I could. I don't know if I could do it, man. I think I'd do better solo, man. That's a lot of pressure, dude. You know, I don't good at I wouldn't be good at that. That's just too much pressure, man. Ease the pressure. You imagine me doing a show with JT Snow? Eric, what do you think about Grant McCray? I like Grant McCray. He's a nice guy. Grant McCray. Shout out to Grant McCray. I like him. He's got speed. He can hit. And the only thing is he does strike out. He needs to get that contact a little better. And I think, you know, he could be a solid, maybe a fourth outfielder. I don't know if he'll ever be a starting outfielder, fourth outfielder perhaps. And just, you know, clean up the defense a little, clean up the accuracy on the throws there, and he could be all right. JT Snow would be really cool if you did just one show. One show, sure. I'm all about it. But like having to go like a podcast, you know, constantly, you got to know when to interject, when to, you know, interrupt people, when to talk and give your thoughts with confidence. And I'm just, you know, I can do it here. But when someone else like JT Snow sitting there talking, I feel like, dude, like, why am I even talking? You're JT Snow. Why am I talking? You know what I'm saying? What card do you want for Randy Rocket? Do you have a Mickey Mantle 51? No, I'm just joking. Yeah, send me an offer. Send me an email. I'm not really sure. I just see what I get. I don't. Ramos needs to go on the DH, and I'd consider trading him in the offseason for anything while he still has value. Any value. Eric, honesty needed. Still a shot, or are we on life support? Do I need another shot? JT Snow wouldn't do a post-game broadcast in the car, bro. No kidding. That's the thing. It would be more of a like I would have to be in studio on a certain day every week, I guess, you know, and we go in studio and record it, and it was just sounding a little too professional for me. And I thought, if I don't do a good job, they're gonna fire me. And you know, I don't know about all that. You know, what if I took the job? What if I took the job and they let me go? They said, you're not cutting it.
What if she said no? I don't know if I could take that kind of a rejection.
Exactly. Just like George McFly says, I don't know if I could take that kind of rejection. JCT Rock, Calvin Jefferson, new hitting coach next year, wouldn't surprise me. Life support, my man, I got you. I'll see if I can get lucky with a Mickey Mantle. You know what? If you got a Mickey Mantle reprint, it doesn't have to be a real Mickey Mantle, because I would never take a real Mickey Mantle from you for a base Randy Rodriguez, because I'd be completely screwing you over, and I would not do that. But like a reprint might not be worth it much. Too many Pete Alonso. If you got a Pete Alonso, Ricky Mantle, agree, leave Matos there. So game over. What's on deck? Wisenhunt versus Montas. Former Oakland Athletic, but they get rid of everyone. I did not like their trade. I thought this trade was horseshit, in my opinion. And you'd be like, dude, they got all these young prospects. Mason Miller was a young prospect, a proven prospect. He was one of the best relievers in baseball. And they had him on lock for how many years? Why would you trade? He was a free agent in 2030, and he throws 100 miles per hour. And J.P. Sears, I would be so pissed. J.P. Sears is not a free agent until 2029. You have two proven assets for the next 4 or 5 years. You get rid of them for a bunch of unproven, low-level minor leaguers. And by the time they get to the big leagues, you just do the same thing. And it goes over and over and over. And over and over and over. And you never get good. At least what Posey traded. First of all, Camilo Doval's not as good as Mason Miller. Camilo Doval has shown like some quirkiness, some signs of going. We sent him to the minor leagues last year. It was so bad. He blows saves sometimes. He's got nasty stuff. And also he's a free agent 2 years before Mason Miller. If he was a free agent 2030, I don't know if he would have traded him. Yeah. ¿Qué probabilidad cree que tengan los Gigantes de hacer un regreso así como los tuvieron los Tigers la temporada pasada? What do you think the chances are that the Giants can come back like the Tigers did last season? 2024 Tigers last season had a good year, 86 and 76. Yeah, I don't know, man. The Tigers are very young. They got a lot of good young talent. How are they doing this year? We do have to look at the standings anyway. They're crushing it this year. 8 games in first place, 65 and 47. But they had such a stacked team. All those top draft picks. Giants draft picks, we haven't picked anybody that's turned out other than maybe Bailey. But even Bailey's hitting 200 very well. I highly doubt we can do what the Tigers have done. Yes. No, I'm not cussing you out. I'll throw in some duplicates I have too with Pete Alonso. Melvin isn't a leader. He wants to be friends instead of coaching, setting the tone. Melvin doesn't have energy. I believe in the team. Yeah. Hit me up. I got to change my address. I'm getting a new address. I had one with UPS, and they sent back 2 of my packages because people wrote Eric on it, which is my freaking name. It's on my driver's license. It's not like it's a fake name. Eric is my name. And I go to the UPS to pick the packages up. No, it has to say Humm Baby Baseball. It has to say the business name because I opened it as a business. I said, well, it said my name. You also know my name. I pay for the box. You see that? And it's like, no, it has to have the business name or we send it back because we don't know. Like, what? They sent back 2 packages. And I told people, you got to write Humm Baby Baseball. You can't just write Eric because they'll send it back. I mean, that's a bunch of BS. I closed it. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Giants lose today. Player of the game, Dom Smith. I hate that trade for the A's. And I swear to God, the trade is stupid. It's dumb. You got Leo DeVries, Brandon Nett, Henry Baez, and Eduardo Nunez. How many of them do you think are going to turn out to be serious big leaguers? Like all-stars? Even close to Mason Miller? Probably none. And I don't mean any disrespect. Probably none. And if they do, the A's will just trade them. Brandon Nett, He's 5-4 in Double-A with a 4 ERA. He's got some decent strikeout stuff. Henry Baez, he's good. He's 4-2 in Double-A, 2.42 ERA. He's not a huge strikeout guy, but he's pretty good. Henry Baez. Okay, he's got a chance to be a nice middle of the rotation guy. And then Guardiol Nunez, very more advanced prospect, but even he's like, just kind of, he's okay. He's okay. Double-A, 4.37 ERA. Bullpen guy. Wolfman. Yeah. Wolf 3100 going en español. Será mejor que este equipo marque alguna carreras. Some bad words in here. Y gane estos juegos de ayúdame Dios. Me estrellaré en la casa club de nuevo. Yeah. Basically, if this team can score some effing runs, win freaking games. Julio Garcia. I said Burrow was a problem forever ago. I was told how stupid now that what's going on. It's saying it's hilarious. I was told I wasn't a real fan for saying that months ago. Stephen Dre. And there was a Paul Rodriguez. You're in America now. Habla español. Habla inglés. Mate, we got to speak English, mate. Bailey needs to be released. He has killed the team. Fans glazing him. Don't know ball. He has one good trait out of 5 or 6. I don't know, and I like him, but yeah, I don't know if he's a long-term answer for a starting catcher. We'll see, man. I'm not going to defend. His numbers here, his offensive performance. That the walk-offs are cool and exciting and fun, and he's a great guy and everything. But yeah, 209 batting average with 2 home runs. 209 batting average with 2 home runs. Dude, I mean, who do we have? Kurt Manwaring. Kurt Manwaring was better than that. Kurt Manwaring. Man o' War. Kurt Manwaring. I mean, look at 93. He hit 275 with 5 home runs. That's better. That's better. 95, 251 with 4 home runs. Look at his OPS at around 646 to 647. Mid 600 OPS, 695 and 93. The OPS for Patrick Bailey this year, 568. That ain't good, man. Kurt Manwaring was never an offensive catcher. We put up with his bat because he was a good defensive catcher. I mean, Bob Melvin was a catcher. Bob Melvin was a catcher. The manager putting him out there every day was a catcher. When he was with the Giants, OPS 646, 615, 609, career 604. He was a better hitter than Patrick Bailey. What's going on? So yeah, I hope Bailey can get it going. But we don't have anyone to replace him right now, and it's too late to make a trade. He has pass balls on fastballs, rarely above his glove. He's terrible at Stephen Dre. So I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to defend him. I like him. I was excited when we drafted him. But the bat is not there this year. The bat has not been there. Maybe he needs to try a different bat. Maybe that submarine, what do they call it? What do they call those bats? Not submarine. Someone tell me what they call those bats the Yankees made popular. I forgot the word. Jose Buto and Jesus Rodriguez better show up. But maybe he needs to try a new bat. Yeah, the torpedo bat. Couldn't think of the word. Maybe I call it a submarine bat. The torpedo bat, because submarines have torpedoes. Maybe he needs to try a new bat as opposed to that torpedo bat. But we'll see. I gotta stop before I lose my voice. I gotta take more medicine. I'm hoping I'm coming out of this cold, but it's bad. I wasn't even supposed to be here. I was gonna go on a trip to Albuquerque this weekend and check out the River Cats. I'm too sick, and I don't want to make other people sick, so I didn't go. You guys have a wonderful day. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Thank you for the super chats. I appreciate it.
There's a swing, and there's a high drive to left by Matos. Way back there. It's gone.
There, Cannon. Chapman to deep left field. It is gone. Halfway up the bleachers. Down the line. It will. It is out of here. Encarnacion, first pitch swinging. Deep right center. First pitch of the 10th, and it's a two-run homer.
It's time for the Humm Baby Baseball Postgame Show. Brought to you by our friends at Corona Accounting Solutions. Do you need help getting your books together? Are you scared of tax time? Don't worry, the staff at Corona Accounting Solutions can help. Visit us at coronapdx.com and schedule a consult today. Corona Accounting Solutions. We take the fear out of finances.
Fitzgerald drives that one to center field, sending Doyle back at the wall.
What can you do? I mean, there's nothing you can do. You can't do anything. There's nothing. We can't do. We couldn't throw. We throwing interceptions. Just, man.